Better than I thought.
Better than what you thought. How'd you think it could feel? I guess it's better.
Thought it was gonna hurt a lot. Feels pretty good.
So you feel like you played them off?
Questionable.
But when you did go down with it, it just seemed like you were in more pain the other night than you were Saturday night.
Yeah, it's definitely like whenever you are jumping and landing, it's usually more of a violent roll. So it's more painful when you do it that way than flat on the ground. Well, if you land on somebody's foot, there's no prevention. Like I already wear those big braces. That's kept me in a good spot for the whole year. And but just stepping on somebody's foot 2 games in a row is just unlucky part of the game.
Now you mentioned between games 1 and 2 having the 48 hours and being able to get some movement in practice once you kind of test it out and get ready for game 2. Were you kind of able to take similar steps in practice today?
Yeah, it was I didn't do everything in practice today. Did some stuff on my own before. And hopefully a little bit more tomorrow morning. Give it another night's rest, another day of healing.
You look at the offensive for the team in the next 2 games. Where do you feel like you guys can be better, especially in those second half stretches where it feels like it's
yeah, I mean, I think turnovers are hurting us. Their points off turnovers are hurting us. Like we're playing pretty good half court defense. But when they are able to get out and score some easy ones and get an advantage playing 2-on-1, 3-on-2, whatever it is, it's tough for us, and it's tough for us to have possessions where we don't get up a good shot and then have to take the ball in the net and walk it back up. So cut down on that and try to get some more possessions where we're touching the paint.
Okay, Grayson, how will the decision be made if you play or not? Will it be your decision based on what you can do, or is it when you combine?
It's a group decision, mostly between me and the training staff in there, and where it's at tomorrow before the game.
What determines going to the game knowing that you're not at full speed? Mentally speaking, you said you stepped on your foot or someone else's foot twice already. Mentally, how does that affect you not being 100% going into the series?
Well, I've rolled my ankles a ton in my career, and so it's just kind of something you accept that it's part of the game. Like you can just land on somebody's foot, and that's how it goes. So I don't think mentally that is really in the back of my mind. Because I know if I roll it again, I rolled it twice before. Like it's gonna be all right. So it's not really a worry.
What's exactly were you able to kind of get through today? Any trying to run or?
Some running in the on the water treadmill, where some not full body weight, just to try to get some load on it and get moving through it without putting too much stress on it when I'm trying to play tomorrow. So a lot of controlled loading, small jumps, stuff like that. Try to test it out and get some good work and load through it without doing too much for the game tomorrow.
Grayson, toward the end of the season, you guys had a few games where you really looked connected as a group. We haven't seen that so much in games 1 and 2. What happens when that starts to get away from you guys?
Well, I mean, when we're disconnected on offense, we're not very good offensively. You have to give a good amount of credit to them and what they're doing defensively, and they have a great defensive team. They showed it the whole season, and I don't know who voted Rudy for overrated player, but he really anchors their defense and makes it tough. So he frees up a lot of stuff for them. They're good defensively. You just have to play through their disruption, the physicality and aggressiveness they play with on the ball, smart rim attacks against Rudy, and you just have to be really, really poised with the ball, or else they can get you out of sorts.
Grayson, it just seems like you guys wanted to generate a higher number of threes than you have the first 2 games. It seems like you guys are passing up threes. How do you get back to the mentality of, okay, even if it's just a little space, shoot it? I know obviously you haven't played as much because of the injury, but just as a group overall, you feel like you guys are taking advantage of shooting the 3?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're passing up that many threes. I think it's tougher to generate them. Like their game plan with Rudy is they trust him at the rim, so everyone else can just be physical and stay home and not help off as much. So it makes it harder. That's why we have to be sharper offensively to try to generate those advantages where we can get open threes, create rotations, all that stuff offensively.
To your point, out taking those isn't always they can switch the Wolves do generate that ball movement and rotations without falling into too many ISO heavy type.
Yeah, it makes it tough, and they have lineups where they can put in 3-4 defenders that are all switchable, and Rudy switching onto the ball sometimes. So it is tough. Like they're a good defensive team, but I mean we can attack them. We have the offensive firepower to do it.
What does Drew's energy bring for this team? Obviously, better game 2. What do you think do with game 3 that helps ride home crowd with coming off and being riding that physicality that you guys didn't have in game 2?
You said Drew?
Yeah.
I mean, brings us a lot of energy off the bench. He's a dynamic roller. Like more of a lob threat than Nerd. Sorry, Nerd. But yeah, he gets up and he's aggressive defensively and really active. So he does when he comes in the game, he does a lot of good things for us.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.